sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
All right, so we're diving into this North Texas winter storm today, and it's already coming down out there. We've got this report from CBS News Texas. Winter storm warning in effect for parts of North Texas as sleet and snow arrive.
And, these storms are always so interesting. It's not just snow. It's so many things going on.
Yeah, a lot more to think about than you might think. So the CBS report, it says there's a winter storm warning until Friday at noon for a bunch of counties. Denton, Collin, Dallas, Tarrant, a lot of the big ones. What should our listener, what should they be thinking about right now?
I think the main thing is if you're in one of those areas, think about how it's going to affect your day. If you've got to go anywhere, work or whatever. We've already got some school districts closing.
Yeah, no kidding. And this report says sleet and snow are already falling. Looks like Western County's got it first, maybe 6:30 a.m. And then around 7:30, the DFW Metroplex got it. But here's the thing I thought was interesting. They said that at first the sleet wasn't sticking.
Oh, yeah, that's because of the road temperatures.
Oh, okay. Before 6 a.m., they were above freezing. So anything that fell, just melted when it hit. But as it gets colder today, that's going to change, and we'll see more and more accumulation.
Oh, so it could get pretty slick. And speaking of crazy weather, did you see the part about thunder sleet in Abilene?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
What even is that?
So thunder sleet, it's pretty rare, actually. Basically, it's when you get thunder and lightning during a sleet storm. So you've got these thunderstorms up high, warm air. But then there's this layer of freezing air closer to the ground, so the rain turns to sleet.
That's wild. Okay, so back to the forecast for our listener. This report says maybe 2 to 5 inches of snow for the Metroplex, and then some areas near the Red River could get up to 8 inches. So what should our listener, what should they know about those numbers?
Well, snowfall amounts, they can really change a lot, even within a small area. It depends on, how high up you are, how close to the water. Even the wind can change things. Oh, so I guess just because your neighbor's got a ton of snow doesn't mean you will too. We're already seeing some reports too, just over 2 inches in Denton. And then Van Alstyne, over 4 inches.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot already. I wonder, Van Alstyne's kind of higher up. Maybe that's why.
Oh, that's true. And this report also says that later today, it's going to change over to all snow.
Yeah, I think they're saying that transition is going to start in the northwest counties and then, parts of the Metroplex north of the Red River sometime this evening.
Oh, okay. So if you're up there, get ready for the snow to really start coming down. I bet that's going to make travel pretty tough. What should our listener, what should they know about travel?
Well, the National Weather Service is saying the worst time for travel is going to be Thursday night into Friday morning. If our listener can avoid being out, then that's, the safest bet.
Yeah, probably better to be safe than sorry. And what about ice? They mentioned ice in the report, maybe some ice accumulation overnight into Friday. Should our listener be worried?
I don't think so. It looks like, it won't get cold enough for a lot of ice buildup. They said maybe 1/10 of an inch max.
Oh, okay, good. So lots of snow, but not so much ice. What about Friday? Will it be over by then?
The report said the worst of it should be done late Thursday night. But, we might still have some light snow, especially near I-35, Friday morning.
Okay, so even when the main part's done, it could still be a little messy out there.
Yeah.
This makes me wonder, how prepared are cities down here for a big snowstorm in Texas?
Yeah, that's a really good question. You don't usually think about Texas and, winter storms. We're more used to the heat.
Yeah.
And I guess hurricanes.
Right, exactly. So when we get a storm like this, it really, it's a test for everything, the roads and, emergency people. What are some things that cities should be doing to get ready for a snowstorm?
Well, first of all, they need a good plan. Make sure there are enough snow plows and, salt trucks and stuff. And they have to be able to work with the emergency people and, make sure everyone knows what's going on.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. You got to be ready before it hits. But it's not just about, what they do during the storm.
Right. It's not just about that. They have to think about, what happens after? What if businesses have to close or people can't get to work? What about the economy?
Oh, that's true. The whole community can be affected.
Exactly. And it's not just about money either. There are social things to think about, too. I mean, some people, they love a snow day. They stay home and read a book. But other people, it might mean they can't get out or, it's dangerous for them to be at home.
Yeah, it affects everybody differently.
Right. Exactly. Cities need to know, who's most vulnerable. and have a way to help those people.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes you realize how complicated it is to run a city, especially when the weather's doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the storm and how cities prepare, but what about just regular people? What can our listener do to stay safe?
Well, the most important thing is to stay informed. Keep checking the weather reports. Make sure you're getting the information from somewhere reliable, like, the National Weather Service.
Yeah, good point. And it probably goes without saying, but it's always a good idea to have like an emergency kit.
Oh, for sure. Make sure you have, food and water, medicine if you need it, a flashlight in case the power goes out. And, if you absolutely have to go out, dress warm and let someone know where you're going.
Good advice. And maybe don't go sledding unless you know it's safe.
Yeah, maybe leave that to the professionals.
So, okay, let's wrap up this snowy deep dive. Main things to remember. We've got this winter storm warning until Friday at noon for, most of North Texas. Sleet and snow are already falling, and it's going to get worse, especially Thursday night and Friday morning. Travel is going to be dangerous, so try to stay home.
And while you're, watching the snow, think about some of those bigger things we talked about. How does your city get ready for something like this? What does a snowstorm mean, for the economy, for people, especially down here in Texas where we don't get them very often?
But something to think about while you're, sitting by the fire.
And, of course, keep an eye on the weather. Things can change quickly, so it's always good to stay informed.
Always good advice, thanks. And hey, if you're out there, and you get some good pictures of the snow, or if you've got some snow day stories, let us know. You can find us on social media.
Yeah, we always love to hear from you.
Well, that about does it for our deep dive into this North Texas winter storm. Stay safe out there, stay warm, and until next time, stay curious.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I